So if you are judging what course you want to do based on just the content you're reading off the webpage, that's not enough of a differentiator. Okay? They all say they teach the same thing. Now, how they teach it or who teaches it or blah, 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 that's different. That gets specific to each course. But if you are simply reading like what's included in a program based off a website and you pull up 5 different websites, they all say the same thing. Because starting businesses are pretty similar, okay? There's a foundation, there's setting up the banking, the payment processors, there's the finding clients, and there's a skills training. That's pretty universal across starting a virtual assistant business and starting a lot of businesses. So don't focus on just the content.
Hey, Laptop Freedom Babes, Wonderlust.
This is Hello from Greece.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. If you are new to the group, I am Rebecca. Laptop Freedom grad Elise just let me know she couldn't hear me, which is so helpful. Thank you. And I was just sharing that today's Cocktails and Coaching is going to be about telling the difference between courses. VA courses is what I'm going to talk about, but really you can apply this to any course that you're shopping around for. I am a veteran course purchaser and shopper and buyer, so I'm going to share the tips with you. If you are new to the group, hello, I'm Rebecca. I run the Laptop Freedom Program, which is going to be opening soon for enrollment. Eek! I can't wait. And every Wednesday, I do a cocktails and coaching session. So today I'm having a Viognier from British Columbia. Very excited. If you are joining with a beverage, let me know what it is. I'm excited to drink and learn along with you. So again, I am going to just chat about what I look for when I am shopping for any kind of course or program to take my business to the next level. So a lot of you who are starting out in your VA journeys, you may never have invested in yourself or your business before. You may not have ever purchased a course before. And so this is a new concept to you. For those of you who have purchased VA programs, or if you're like Elise and you have gone to the Laptop Freedom Program, you'll know that once you're on the other side of your first investment, there's lots of other future investments and you end up shopping around for more courses to take your business to the next level. It's really hard to grow all by yourself, and there's a chance you're not going to do it right, or it's going to take way longer because you have to figure it out on your own. So if you are shopping around for a VA course, I offer a VA course, but I know I'm not the only one out there. And here's the cool thing about the program I run, the Laptop Freedom Program. I was once a student of the Laptop Freedom Program. So I literally shopped around for a VA course. So I'm going to tell you my process. And I'm going to tell you what I've learned by not getting what I wanted, not knowing that's what I needed, if you know what I mean. Really watch this video, and regardless of what program you end up choosing or not, just be grateful that I am literally sharing with you my tips, because I've had courses backfire before. It's like buying a car and not knowing anything about cars, and then realizing you got like a shitty car that's falling apart on you. You know what I mean? So I'm going to talk about a few things, really key things that I look for when I'm shopping for a program, any kind of program. The first one is the coach. The coach, okay? This might not seem that important if it's sort of this like loose, self-paced, no one even notices you joined kind of course. But if you're going to have an intimate relationship with your coach, then they have to be someone that you would be friends with. Like, would you be friends with this person in high school? That's the question I always ask myself. Would I be friends with this person in high school? And that's what I ask myself for all the women who apply to the Laptop Freedom Program, which is, I think, why I end up being friends with all my students anyway. But here's the other, small thing I want you to notice about coaches that might slide under the radar. When you are following them on Instagram, social media, whatever, take a look at what their life looks like. Okay, so there's lots of coaches out there, and one of the reason why coaches coach is because the way that they did it worked for them. Great, that's awesome. It worked for them. So don't worry about what they're teaching not working or not. It's going to work, or you're going to make it work. You're empowered to make the information work. But are they living the life that you want to be living? So I find when I shop around for a lot of coaches, I'll go through their Instagram and I'll be like, wow, there's a lot of photos of this person working at a desk. It's like, I don't want to be working at a desk. Like, what does this person do? Are they adventurous? Are they outdoorsy? Like, I like camping. Do they look like they're going camping? I dream of a van life. Are they literally living van life? It's those kind of things, right? So take a look at who they are as a person and the life that they're living, and are they living the life you want to live? The other thing is really connecting with their story, okay? And this is a big one for me. There are women who apply for the Laptop Freedom Program that have a very different history than I do. They might come from a place of like significant trauma or, obstacles in their childhood that were very different from mine. Me, I'm pretty vanilla. I didn't have to like face too many traumas growing up, all that kind of stuff. That might make it hard for you to connect with me. And I don't mean like, I'm just using trauma as an example, right? But it's a pretty good example. So you want to connect with your coach's story, and like, will they get you? Like, will they understand you when you are in a time of struggle, or when you're in a time of like moving really fast or thriving? Are they going to be able to relate to you? And when they are coaching and sharing their experiences, are they going to resonate with you? So it's important to pay attention to the coach's story and the life that they're living, and making sure it's the life you want to live as well. Because then it's like, oh, great. This journey worked for them. It's probably going to work for me then, because we have similar stories and we want similar things. Cool? Okay. This is good. The second thing, this is everyone's question, price. Price of the course. Here is the rule of thumb when it comes to the investment of a course. Cheap courses are cheap. High investment courses are higher quality. That's kind of it. It is one of the biggest giveaways and like natural selections and like sieves and like deciding factors for you. Cheap programs are cheap, and higher investment programs are higher quality. Now, what you can afford is totally based and dependent on you. However, if you have some wiggle room or whatever, take that into consideration. It's like cheap clothes are cheap, and they're not going to last you very long. And you might grow bored and tired of them and stop wearing them after a few washes. High quality clothes are going to last. They're staple. They're going to look good in them years down the road. It's a similar concept. I want to do some math for you. The reason why, if you ever message me or DM me, I never say cost of the program, is because I want you to feel really empowered with the word investment, because investment implies a return. And I believe every single one of you who chooses to join the Laptop Freedom Program can make that investment back. So here's some math, okay? If as a virtual assistant you charge $25 an hour and you work 30 hours a week, in a month you'll have $3,000. So if you join a course that's $3,000, you pay that off in your first month. So it's thinking of that as you are becoming a virtual assistant. As you're earning money as a virtual assistant, you will be paying back that investment. And then hopefully changing your life, pursuing your dreams, and then that will be a blip and a thought. It's not like, I'm trying to think of something that you buy and then like that's it. Your money's just like sunk into that thing and like you'll never make that money back. That is when something has a cost. Investment is when you plan on seeing that money back plus more money because of that investment. Okay, so that's something to think about. Take another sip. Let me know if this is resonating with you, if you're catching the replay, all that fun stuff. Okay, content. Content of a program. So when you are on someone's website and they are explaining what is included in the program, I go on a lot of websites and I shop around for a lot of courses. They all say the same thing. That's it. They all say the same thing. I know this. They all say the same thing. They all say they're going to help you do business foundation and help set up the VA business and help you find clients and help you with your social media and help you market your business and skills training. That's included in all of them. So if you are judging what course you want to do based on just the content you're reading off the webpage, that's not enough of a differentiator. Okay? They all say they teach the same thing. Now, how they teach it or who teaches it or blah, 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 that's different. That gets specific to each course. But if you are simply reading like what's included in a program based off a website and you pull up 5 different websites, they all say the same thing. Because starting businesses are pretty similar, okay? There's a foundation, there's setting up the banking, the payment processors, there's the finding clients, and there's a skills training. That's pretty universal across starting a virtual assistant business and starting a lot of businesses. So don't focus on just the content. Here is something that's between the lines with the content though, okay? If the program looks like it's offering you a fuck ton of content, this is something that I've run into in my own shopping, you will drown in the content. There is such thing as having too much content. You will literally drown in it all. It'll overwhelm you. You won't get through it. And you'll never actually start making money. So what we try to make really clear in the Laptop Freedom Program is yes, we have content. Yes, we have the skills training. Yes, we help you set up the business. But I always tell the women, I say, but I am going to push you to take action and actually go out there, find clients and start making money. I don't care how much content there is. I don't care if you complete the course content or not. If you are out there and you're reaching your goals and you're achieving your dreams, you're making money and you're quitting your 9-to-5, if that's what you want to do, or you're earning extra income with a side hustle, that's what you want to do, that's what I'm going to push you to do. Fuck the content. So check if there's too much content, if they've got like fireworks and balloons and it's like, look at all of this content and then we add more and more and more, you're just going to drown. You're just going to drown. I literally am taking a course like that right now. There is so much bonus content. Like, I can't get through it all. And I open up the course and there's so much content. I just want to, I'm immediately overwhelmed and I just want to close it. So content is just trust that all the content is going to help you start your business. That's the easy part of the course, is the content. So I wouldn't use that as the only indicator. Okay, next one. Class size. Okay, so you're going to see some programs and courses out there that you can just click on the button and pay and you've joined. That's it. If you can do that, that means anyone can do that. So that means that is a course that thousands of people could have joined, and there's no filtering process. And that's okay. Those are very self-paced. Those are for people who aren't concerned about creating like a community and like a cohort, or like a pod, anything like that. If that is not of interest to you, then that's totally fine. Normally, those type of courses are going to be a much lower investment. The higher investment courses are going to have a class cap. Okay, they're going to have a maximum number of students that can join. And if it's Laptop Freedom Program, it's also by application. So you can trust that your cohort, your class has been capped, and the other women in the class are of similar vibe and tribe as you. It's been curated. You've been approved. Someone has rigorously spoken to you. They have asked you questions. They have checked out your Facebook page. They've done a criminal record check. Just kidding. I don't do criminal record checks. But that is just something to keep in mind. One is not better than the other. I know what was best for me. For example, when I went to university, I knew I did not want to go to like a big giant state school where I would have 700 people in a lecture. I knew I did not want that. I wanted to go to a small school where there would be like 30 people in the classroom. So it's just a question to ask yourself and to make sure you know the answer to before you join a course. This has bit me in the butt before, okay? I once joined a course and it was lower investment. I should have known. I joined a course. I hopped on the coaching calls. There were coaching calls. Check. That was good. That was criteria for me. There was 100 people on the call. We were added to a Facebook group. There was like 3,000 people in the Facebook group. It was insane. Every time I posted a question, if it got answered, it took like 3 days for the question to get answered. The coaching call, I didn't even speak up. There was way too many people and I just became a number, and no one even noticed if I was there or not, and it was very frustrating. So I'm not an observer. I'm not like a backseat, sit at the back of the lecture hall with 700 people kind of person. I'm very much like, I want my questions answered. I want lots of attention. I want to like get my every penny's worth. That's me. So it's just a question to ask yourself. Okay, last one is coaching calls. Coaching calls. This is an important one. Coaching calls are clutch for accountability. Clutch for accountability. So in the Laptop Freedom Program, we have weekly coaching calls. And the women will say all the time, they'll be like, I didn't get up to anything in my VA business this week, but then I remembered there was a fucking coaching call. So I sat down and I worked on it for an hour and I showed up for the call, and here I am. Coaching calls for accountability are like getting one session a week with a personal trainer. Or did anyone take like piano lessons growing up? I did. So I took piano lessons growing up, which I didn't like. But I'll tell you, the day before my piano teacher showed up to my house, or I went to the piano school or whatever, I fucking like practiced my scales. I like practiced my scales, practiced my chords. I sat down, I like went through the song. She knew I didn't practice every day for 30 minutes a day like I was supposed to. But if I didn't have that lesson one day a week, I wouldn't have worked on it at all. It was accountability. It made me show up for my business. It made me show up for my coach. It made me show up for the other ladies. So you're like, cool, yeah, a lot of programs offer coaching calls. How do you tell what kind of coaching call they're going to be? Is it going to be a coaching call with 100 people on it? I was so frustrated when I hopped on Zoom and there was 100 people on my coaching call. And you know what frustrated me? Is that I never fucking asked. I never clarified. I saw a coaching call on the website and I assumed they were coaching calls like mine. small, intimate, with one-on-one conversation. No, they weren't. They were terrible. And there was only one a month instead of once a week. So if you are shopping for a VA program, a business coach, whatever, I don't care what program you're shopping for, and the website says coaching calls, I empower you to email them and ask them, like, what do those coaching calls look like? How many people are on them? How often are they? Is there one-on-one time, guaranteed one-on-one conversations, or is it just like pre-submitting a question? Those are very different coaching calls. So in the Laptop Freedom Program, what we do is we have small coaching calls once a week, every week. And on the coaching call, each woman gets one-on-one conversation, uninterrupted. So you're guaranteed one-on-one coaching, plus you get to peer learn from the other ladies on the call. It's the best of both worlds. It's the highest quality. That isn't always the case. So when you see coaching calls on the webpage, trust me, take it from me, ask them what that means, what that looks like, because holy stink, I didn't realize that there's a lot of different versions of a coaching call. So that's it. That's really what I look for when I am shopping for the next investment, the next program for me, my business, my growth. So let me recap them really quickly. The first one is the coach. Is the coach living the life you want to be living? Does their story resonate with you? Do you like smile, or are you excited to like see them post something on Instagram? Is that cool? Would you be friends with them in high school? Those kind of people, okay? Next one is price. Quick recap, rule of thumb. Cheap courses are cheap, high investment courses are higher quality. It's like clothes. Done. Content. Don't let content be a strong factor when you're shopping. They all cover the same content, and in fact, more shiny new content can sometimes just be overwhelming to you and be too much. You can drown in too much content. So it's got to be the right amount, okay? And we all teach the same thing. So it's not that important. Class size. Are you someone who sits in a 700-person lecture hall? Or are you someone who likes a 30-person classroom? Something to think about. Do you want it to be by application so you know that everyone's been vetted? Or do you want it to be super easy to join? If it's easy for you, it's easy for everyone else. And coaching calls. What the fuck do those coaching calls even look like? Because that one has bit me in the butt. So let me know in the comments which one of these tips like most clicked with you and you're like, yeah, that was good value. Or like, you know, like I have shopped for so many courses and I offer a course. So I chat with a ton of shoppers. So I get it. I understand exactly where you are and what I wish I knew and what I'm still figuring out, and the key points that I make sure all the women know before they choose to join the Laptop Freedom Program or any program. Ladies, invest in your growth. Fuck yeah, that's a win. I'll take that. I'll take any win. I love it. Okay, cheers to this cocktails and coaching. Let me know your biggest takeaway in the comments, or if you're catching the replay. Yeah, and Laptop Freedom Program is going to be opening very soon for a short amount of time. Spots are already filling. It's crazy how this happens. I love the enthusiasm. So you're welcome to pre-apply, and you can do that at thewanderlustva.com. And there's lots of women in this group who've taken the Laptop Freedom Program. So if you have any questions about it and want to hear from someone other than jabby old Rebecca, post them in the group. Okay, bye.